and all the girls.
I know.
I'm doing crowd cam, waiting for people to get on. Just showing. Somebody on. I don't know if it might be one of the sisters.
I guess the kids can't handle being cooped up.
Now he's.
Yo, it's just like a photo.
Say hi! Live stream, hi! Hi! Lindsay!
My boyfriend.
Say hi! Hi! Crowd cam. Banquet cam. Hi Claire, I like your dress. Crowd cam again. I love your decorations. Okay. Hi, sweetie. Saying hi to everybody, making them say hi to the live stream. Oh, Susie, I'll have to do crowd cam again for you. nice. It was just like dinner atmosphere. Say hi, you're on crowd cam. Okay, I'll go sit down. I'm trying to get everybody and everything. Hi guys! Hi! Hi everybody! The boys are very social. They don't want to say hi to me. Okay, I'm sitting back down.
Guys, I'm really about to cry. Oh my god.
Sorry, boo. I was afraid they were going to jump up to do it, and I wanted to
It's okay.
get everything for people.
I told him Lance Daddy's trying to serve. I should have been part of the problem. People talking.
All right, everybody, can I have your attention, please?
It's not loud enough for this.
We need somebody that can whistle. Smart.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed your meal and your time together. Again, we appreciate everything that you all do. From the parents to the coaches, the players, everyone makes a contribution throughout the season, and we appreciate everything that everyone does. This is kind of the culmination of the season. Next, we're going to do the awards ceremony for both the boys team and the girls team. So I will introduce Coach Stigo, who will take care of giving out the boys awards.
Hi guys. I've had some requests to expedite the process, so do things a little bit slightly differently. Still acknowledge everybody, still make sure everybody is heard. But let's first, I want the freshman class, freshman boys, all come up here.
I might get too close.
All right. Bryson Whaley. Julia Teacher. Grace Stevens. Dakota Hampton. Declan Posgate. You guys got anything to say? You all good? All right, guys, thank you very much. All right, sophomores. I got very small sophomore class, but a lot of contribution here. Really proud of these guys. Cooper Earth. Cam Jones. Christian Browcher. Ella Eschenauer. Mark Taylor. All right, guys. Good job. All right, juniors. All right, Hey, this group of guys has very heavy, high expectations on them. For the most part, I think they delivered. They will tell you right away that we did not reach our goal this season. And I fully expect this group to put in a lot of hard work, and we'll shoot for that same goal again next season. Chase Ward. Dyer Thomas. Anthony Mullen. Dave Mullen. Ryder Moran. Joe Littner. Aiden Herbeck. Sam Durst. Xander Bailey. Ben Barnes. Parker Bigelow. And Jackson Lowther. Yeah! All right, guys, good work, good work. Give me a hand. All right, so the senior class, I know typically we spend time talking about each player individually, and we've got plenty of time with the rest of these guys, and it's a big group. We appreciate all of them. We love all of them. But I will take a minute to talk about the seniors, because this is it for them. They're on to bigger and better things. All right. The first senior is Cormac Green. So Cormac came out to play for us a couple different times and had season-ending injuries before he could even see the field. This season he actually got to play with us and was a huge contributor, did really, really well. I can only imagine how well he would have done had he got to play for 2 or 3 years. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So I don't know why. I never asked why. I will never ask why. But so this first-year senior, his nickname is Turkey Leg. No idea why. But Cooper Helm came out to play for us with a great attitude. He wasn't really sure where he was going to fit in, how he was going to fit in. He tried a little bit of everything and finally found his home at goalie. And, while, we already had a starting goalie in place, he worked really hard, improved his skill, and most importantly, was just incredible in the locker room. He's a great teammate and a good kid, and I'm proud. I wish he would come out earlier. All right, the last senior is so if you are looking for like the definition of commitment and accountability and hard work, I mean, this is your guy. This is your guy. It's Anthony Corwin. Anthony Corwin. So Anthony's senior season did not finish the way that he wanted it to, or the way we wanted it to finish for him. He missed the last few games with an injury. But I will say this: Anthony came out to play right off the wrestling mat, like just right off the mat. Came out to play lacrosse as a sophomore. Never played before ever. And I remember, I don't know if he remembers or not, but I remember him telling me day one how much fun it was. And from that day on, Anthony decided he wanted to be a face-off guy. And we don't have face-off coaches. He's not one, I'm not one, but Anthony took it upon himself to learn everything he could, to meet with the best players, to learn from the best players, to talk to everybody, to network, to learn all he could on his own. And after 2 years of doing that, both last season and this season, was hands down, far and away, the best face-off guy in the state of West Virginia. And it's not even close. It's not even close. He kicked the shit out of everybody. He's, and it's not because Anthony is the fastest or strongest or, any of that. It's just dedication and hard work, and that's who he is, and I appreciate it, and I wish he could stay longer.
Yes.
All right, hey, so we'll get through the awards real quick. Our awards are going to be slightly different than the awards the girls give out. They give out some different ones, and we changed things up a little bit to accommodate the personnel that we had. So we'll do the, so everybody knows that all the seniors, they always end up with these icebergs, and we'll do that last. I'm just going to pick them up as they go, as they are on the table here, okay? So nothing, you know, I apologize if the order is a little weird. So this award is the Polar Bear Pride Award, which is one we've never given before. This one is to a kid who contributes, but also is working in the off season. He's whether it be on his game or whether it be in the weight room or on the track, who's dedicated, but most importantly, who makes an impact on game day. So having pride on game day and making a huge impact on game day, this award is for Parker Bigelow. All right, so another Polar Bear Pride Award. This one is a little different. This one is it's the same. It's the same. The guy that makes a huge impact on game day, but faced a little bit of a different set of circumstances than anybody else. Only because he had to learn a new system and do things that that had never been asked of him before, even though he had a skill set that was fairly high. All right, so this Polar Bear Pride Award goes to Xander Bailey. So a couple years back, before Coach Arco was here, Coach Shaw and I developed, we started giving an award that we call the Elevation Award. I think Walt got it last year. I can't remember who else got it last year, but it's for players who either change their skill set or do something outside of themselves, or just improve. It's elevation, just improve exponentially. So this kid played mainly on the offensive end for us for the last 2 years. And this year, found a real home, playing really, really well in the defensive midfield. And our last 4 games of the season was just a dog in the defensive midfield. And I'm really, really proud to give this one to Chase Ward. So everybody that played with us last year saw this coming. This was not a surprise to any of us. Hope it wasn't a surprise to any of you, but it wasn't a surprise to any of us that he was going to win awards like this. And I'll just be brutally honest, while we were very well represented in all-state voting, very well represented. You know, out of 13 spots, we had 5 first-team guys. That's a hell of a chunk out of 13 first-team spots. So while we were very well represented, I feel like this kid got a hard snub. All right. So our defensive player of the year is Parker Kale. So this guy didn't get snubbed. Everybody from day one, everybody knew Ryder's putting points on the board. All right. So our offensive MVP, he didn't just put goals in. He also had assists. He ran the offense. Pretty much everything we did went through him. Now, with that being said, we're hoping to be a lot more balanced next year and spread the ball out and play a bigger team game. But this year, everything went right through Ryder. He is our offensive MVP for sure. I do got to say this, just so everybody here can hear it, and everybody here can hear it. Ryder's not our offensive MVP this year if he didn't put an ungodly amount of hours in the offseason. I mean, he's in the gym 4 days a week minimum. He runs. I see him I work at Fairmont State. I see him at Fairmont State running the stairs, and he's got his stick in his hand constantly. So, you know, he doesn't score 85 points or whatever he scored, 89 points this year if he's not doing that stuff. So, you know, keep that in mind, y'all. Good job, Ryder.
Good job.
All right. So our last, well, not our last, but like one of our last awards like this is the Most Valuable Player Award. And this guy is an anchor every day. He is what keeps our ship pointed straight. Without him anchoring things the way that he does, I don't know. I just don't know where we would get that from. He's great in the locker room. He keeps guys motivated, and he's a dog on the field. Lots of ground balls. Always draws the most difficult offensive matchup. He's definitely our most valuable player, and that's Jackson Lowry. All right, so this is the first time, I believe, somebody can correct me by throwing food at me or yelling or something if I'm wrong, but this is the first time that the boys have given out a Warrior Award. We've given out awards that are similar, but I always thought these sticks were cool. The girls did it. We've never done it, so we should do it. We had some adversity very early on, like right out of the gate. All right, we had a 3-year poised to be a 3-year starter who was honorable mention All-State last year, who was really poised to have a big season. 2 days into practice, just for unknown circumstances, quit. Just walked out, just quit. 2 days into practice. And he was our starting goalie of 2 years. So it left us in a huge lurch. We knew that Cam Jones was going to fill the spot, but we didn't think he was ready. I didn't think he was ready. I don't think Cam thought he was ready. But he laser feet focused in. And, you know, there were times during the season where he put the team on his shoulders and made big saves. So, obviously, without a doubt, the Warrior Award goes to Cam Jones. All right, so every year we go through this, but for the freshman parents, freshman players, and new players and new player parents, we'll go through it once again. So that we give an award called the Melissa Nagowski Commitment to Excellence Award. And Melissa Nagowski was instrumental. I don't know, those of you who know her, when I say instrumental, you can imagine what I mean when I say instrumental. So those of you who know her know that she pushed really hard, and if it was not for her, lacrosse at Fairmont Senior would not have started as early and as soon as it did back in like 2015 or whatever it was. I can't remember, something like that. 2005. There was a small group of girls and a small group of boys. I think the girls came first, and then the boys were the next season, who were very interested in starting a program. And they had, as you can imagine, the administration, the Board of Ed, there was a lot of hurdles, a lot of things put in their way. And Melissa helped them navigate all of that and made it happen. And if not for her, I don't know where we'd probably have a program by now, but I don't think we would be where we are without her. So we named this award after her, and every year it is given to not the best player. Sometimes it's given to the best player, but that's just coincidence. Every year it is given to a player that shows a crazy amount of love for the game. A player who will step outside of himself for the team, will just is embodies what the sport is supposed to be about. Love, friendship, hard work, grittiness, all of that stuff. And obviously, I've already pumped them up enough, but this one is for Anthony Corwin. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. I mentioned at the onset, we also give these icebergs to, everybody calls them ice bears. I think that's hokey because this is not a bear, this is a berg. So I'm going to say an iceberg. And we give these icebergs to all the seniors. So I'm going to go ahead and give Anthony his since he's here. Cooper and Cormac Green also need to get an iceberg. All right, so I have one more piece of business as far as awards go. Then I'll let you guys get about your business. If I say your name, go ahead and stand up. Anthony Corwin, Ryder Moran, Parker Bigelow, Jackson Lowther, Walt Eschenauer. Who am I missing? Missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm not. Anthony twice. So these are your all-state selections for 2026. Walt Eschenauer, second team, midfield. Ryder Moran's first team attack. Parker Bigelow's first team defense. Jackson Lowther's first team defense. And Anthony was voted twice, first team all-state face-off, and first team all-state defensive midfield. All right, so thanks guys, you can have a seat. So I'm going to say one thing. I told Coach Shaw before, and Coach Darko before I got up here, that I never write anything down because I don't want to waste your time, but I always go over this with the players, but I think I'd be remiss if I didn't go over it with the parents too just for a second. This is a great group of boys. Without, there's not a weak kid amongst them. I love every one of them to death. They did not reach their potential this year, and it's not because they don't have the ability. The difference between, this is unfortunate, but the difference between the guys who were playing last weekend and the guys who were watching last weekend is very simple. It's off-season commitment. We have a handful of guys who showed up to all of our out-of-season stuff. Those guys improved. We have a handful of guys who showed up to just a little bit of stuff. Those guys didn't improve so much. And we have a bunch of guys who didn't show up to anything. a bunch of guys who didn't show up to anything. We don't have enough, and this is going to be all positive, but we don't have enough players on our roster for us to spend 2 weeks, or for us to spend 2 hours in the month of February, Monday through Friday, learning how to play the game. We've got to play more. We've got to run more. We've got to lift more. We just got to be stronger, faster, and have a higher IQ. And I say that in front of the parents because it involves you guys too. Players do the hardest part of the work, but they don't win championships alone. It takes us, it takes you guys, it takes the whole village, as the old corny adage says. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that I'm going to try to push them in the off season, and I hope that I have your support, parents, siblings. I'm going to try to push them in the off season. I hope you guys will. I understand you play other sports. Some guys have jobs. Some guys got to do this and that. I'm not saying skirt any of your other responsibilities, but if we want to be talking about a championship here at this banquet next year, we just got to do a little bit better. That's all. We just got to do a little bit better. That's all. With our lower numbers, we got a steep hill to climb. And if we want to do something special, we just have to have a special effort. That's all. And it involves all of us, which is why I felt like I should say it in front of everyone. All right? You guys got anything? Questions? All right? All right. Thank you all very much.
Abby and Coach Ryan come up for the girls award.
I'm not as good as Tony, so I will say this year was really exciting. We had I know it's been 2 short years, but this group was amazingly hardworking. You never saw them stop. In the beginning there, it was a little rocky, but then we came through. We had our Jesus moment, and we came through, and they did a really, really, really good job. Stats are just not the only thing that says what great players they are. A lot of these girls put a lot on their shoulders, and even, like I said, without the stats, they powered through, and they did great. So I'll start off with that. We'll go ahead and get the freshman group up here, please. Got a big group that I'm very excited for. We got Nene, Claire, Zora, sorry, Zariah. Clap for Zariah. Jordan. Anna. Not as big as the boys, but they do put in a lot of work and they do great. Liv. And Miss Ayla. Again, like I said, only my second year, but these seniors worked their tails off. It was very hard. We had to rotate the starting group and everything. The thing that really stunk was that they're almost all defenders, and we struggled. We're like, woo! But very hardworking class. You girls, you made us very proud. We wanted you to know that all of you have made us proud. But your senior class, I am so thankful to have you for my last year. So come on up here. Look how beautiful they are. Got Zola. Marissa. Jocelyn. Sky. Lindley. Briley. And Miss AP. Get up for your senior class. Actually, I want to sit here for a second. Wait, girls. Wait, sorry. Okay. The ice cream. Well, I already have you up here. I'll just go ahead. Riley. I will say, Amy came in and she said, I want to try out for lacrosse. We're like, okay, come to Flex Days. And she just like picked it up out of nowhere and she kept asking the right questions and she shocked us. So very, very good job, Amy. Zola. Marissa. Jocelyn. Lindley. Alright, so I'll go with the MVPs. Like I said, most of our seniors were defenders, so trying to pick just one is really hard. But we felt like this girl deserved it. You asked her to do something, she did it. Always worked hard. I actually had to pull her off the field multiple times and say, are you okay? And she'd say yes. And I said, tell me the truth. She'd be like, no. I'm like, okay. But Miss Briley. This girl, last year it was just a little bit of a rough start, but this year she came right through, and it was one goal after another, we got her to do some crease rolls up in there, and she just started lighting up the scoreboard. As a sophomore alone, she's already passed 50 goals, correct? Yeah, and I can only see what you're going to do for your junior year, Miss Josie. So our MVP of the year, I think it's more because you can see her head everywhere. She's that tall. But she is everywhere on the field. Sometimes she runs off the field. We're like, "What are you doing?" She's like, I need a break." We're like, "Okay, you got it, girl." But again, this whole group, you asked them to do something and they did it, and I couldn't ask more out of a group. But Ayla, you got in there, you did what we asked, you played where we needed you to play, even behind the goal, even though I didn't necessarily want you to because I didn't want you to run 110 yards, but you deserved it. Last year we started doing Rookie of the Year. We just wanted to kind of acknowledge the fact of all the hard work. This girl is an absolute dog. I know I keep saying it, but she's baby in the trenches. That's what we would say. Somehow she's always in the middle of the chaos and somehow comes up with it. So Emma, Rookie of the Year. We have a True Grit Award. We believe this girl she's very goofy. That's the best part, is coming in and we're laughing, but then we tell her to lock it in, and she locks in, and you girls say the 6'7" anime to her all the time. Whatever it is, gets her to lock in, but hard work, always doing everything. So Rylan. I unfortunately was not here for this time, but Meg was a great player, teammate, and everything. So this award is Live Like Meg. You never saw this girl be negative. She was always cheering the team on. She always knew what exactly to say, even on the sideline. I've never laughed so hard at someone who was making fun of me alone. And I had no comeback whatsoever because it was so funny. You know, it's like I've never had someone to rag on me and just laugh. But Taya, you definitely deserve it. So again, stats don't even come to compare. Where we had 2 warrior awards this year. These girls, I mean, they came in, worked hard. You never saw them give up, and just keep going and going and going and going. Doesn't matter if they're in a bad mood, they always try to uplift the team. You just always saw them trying to bring up the rear. And ironically, they're best friends. So Marissa and Jocelyn. All right. So kind of piggybacking off of what Tony was saying with the Nagowski Award, for the love of the game, doing everything possible, always showing up, always trying to have that positive attitude and making everyone else laugh. Even when she's a defender and went on attack and played the whole game on attack for the senior game, just so we could have all the seniors in there. Lindley, we really appreciate it. Surprised this thing is still attached with how many trips it's been on. So the ground ball champ this year with it's around like 40 or something. I'm sorry, but Ayla. I guess I could have kept you two up here, but your court, your letter, varsity letterman, Marissa and Jocelyn. Closing statement real quick. I want to give a huge shout out to the parents for always driving your daughters to practice, to flex days. You don't get enough thanks. Your kids should say it. Anytime I hear them say, oh, my mom made me do this or my dad made me do this, I'm like, yeah, you're lucky enough. So thank you for always pushing your kids to come to practice. Let's give a huge shout out to the boosters for going above and beyond every single game, every hour. A huge thank you to Abby and Ryan for literally just picking up where I left off, because being pregnant and your mind just goes. I promise you, it really does. It's not fun, but they were like, yep, got it. But we are always on the same page, and I absolutely could not have asked for better coaches, so thank you. I want to apologize for only being here for 2 years. Obviously, if I was staying in the state, I would still be coaching. But my husband got a great opportunity to coach football down in Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. And we are leaving this weekend. But I want you all to know that I had a million reasons to quit. Okay? My husband, we had 3 days to decide if we're going to move or not. I told him to go. I was going to stay back, but I said I'm staying here because I made a commitment to you guys, and I was not going to just jump ship and say no. He said that's fine, but what are we going to do with the kids? I have 2 kids. They're 3 and 2. About to have another one, 3 under 3. Okay? He left. 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. And then on top of that, we went through our struggles, obviously. So, like, you got your personal stuff going on, but then you also got to take care of these awesome girls. You just have a lot going on. I came to practice mad. I came to practice bawling my eyes out. We've had very fun practices, but I have always tried to show. Sometimes I was in a bad mood. You girls could see it. And I do apologize, but they always worked hard. And being a single mom, when your husband's 14 hours away, that's hard. I'm working 2 jobs. I literally get home at 9 o'clock at night, put them to bed, get up, go to work, and then do it all over again, and then spend an awesome 3 hours with you girls. But even still, I brought them to practice sometimes, so I do appreciate you having grace with that. You guys have grace with that as well. It's hard, but I didn't tell you guys about me leaving because I didn't want you to question my commitment, because I wanted to show it to you first. And I felt like I did a good job of that, considering I'm moving next weekend, which is a quick turnaround, but my commitment was you do have a great, your kids are amazing. So I appreciate you guys. Also, I wanted to give one more shout out. Thank you, Bailey, for always being at our games and getting all the water and being the last one out there. So give a round of applause to Bailey. Right, but thank you so much. We love you.
A couple more things to take care of before we let you guys go. First thing, if you're a senior, your banner's hanging here. Be sure to take it with you. It's yours to keep, boys and girls. If you need help getting it down, we have a step ladder. Otherwise, Jackson Lowther, he's pretty tall. He can help me put him up, so he doesn't need a step ladder. First year girls players, we have your shooter shirts. They were on back order for the whole season. They finally came in, so don't leave before you get your shooter shirt. We're going to do the drawing for the Yeti cooler and all of its contents before you leave. But before we move on to that, I kind of kept piggybacking on what Coach Angie was talking about. Her situation, she is the epitome of commitment and loyalty. She told me in January at the parents' meeting that her husband had taken the job in Arkansas, and she stayed, and she didn't tell any of the girls that she was basically raising her 2 children by herself for 5 months while pregnant. And she went through a great deal for the girls because she loved the girls and she was committed to this team. And so she's the perfect example of what it is to be committed to a group of kids, to a group of parents, to what we refer to as the Polar Bear Lacrosse family. And we just want her to know that she's, as the saying goes, once a polar bear, always a polar bear. She's always going to be a polar bear, and she's got 3 little polar cubs that are always going to be polar cubs. But she is the epitome of commitment and loyalty. So we'd like to present her before she leaves with the Legacy of Loyalty Award. We've got some gear here that you can wear and your children can wear that says once a polar bear, always a polar bear.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, while he's doing that, boys, before you leave, make sure you make sure your boys come and grab one of these shirts. They have your number on them. Don't grab the wrong number, all right?
All right. So as Coach Angie was saying, the boosters do put a lot of work in, and we do appreciate all the work that the boosters do. We have a few boosters who are stepping aside from the board, either because they have a child that's graduating or because they have other commitments that they've got going on. So we just want to give them a token of our appreciation for all the work that they've put in. Andy Wharton. And Samantha O'Brien. Before we do the drawing and select a winner for the Yeti cooler and its contents, we do have winners for the boys team and the girls team as to who sold the most tickets. For the boys team, the number was 120, and that goes to Declan Poskate. For the girls, the winner with 162 tickets sold is Anna Morse. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, we're going to do the drawing.
M. Mullen. She said she wanted it.
All right, congratulations. Thank you all for selling those tickets. Those funds are critical to keeping the program afloat and for paying all the bills. We got new lacrosse goals this year. Obviously, every year we have to buy new balls. We have to pay the refs. We got new uniforms. A special thank you to Dr. Tulsi Joshi and Marilyn Joshi. Donated the funds to purchase the boys' new uniform. It was a very substantial contribution, and they also made another substantial contribution that allowed both the boys' team and the girls' team to make purchases of items that they needed that we didn't have the funds to purchase because of lack of general funds. So very, very special thank you to Dr. Joshi and his wife Marilyn. Player for the girls team, don't leave before you get your shooter shirt. You'll need that for next season. Thank you all for coming out, for all that you do. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Oh, you're okay.
Your dad said you didn't want to hug me. Yeah, I did. And I do it again. I was like, she's back there trying to not explode right now. I knew you wanted to yell it. I was waiting for it. Sorry, guys.